You want to click for your podcast? Here you go. Here's yours. Welcome to another episode of Monday Funday Podcast. I'm your host, Ahmed Al-kadri. If you can speak Arabic, Ahmed Al-kadri. Guys, we have a great guest for y'all today.
No idea what he just said. No idea.
I knew he was gonna make a comment about that.
I mean, you know, I'm racist.
And we love racism here at the Monday Funday Podcast. We welcome it. I actually just wrote and just shot the most racist sketch I've ever written before.
Can I tell them that it's not Monday?
It is not Monday. You want to know what's funny? When I was telling you about this podcast, this is many years ago when we went out for Starbucks and I was asking for advice, and then I go, yeah, I'm thinking about doing Monday Funday Podcast, and you go, yeah, but like, what if you don't film it on Monday? And I was like, that's okay, I'm just gonna post it on Monday. And you're like, oh yeah, you're right.
Sometimes I'm stupid.
Hey, yeah, we all have a stupid moment, bro.
No, I have a lot of them. They keep coming.
No, and like you've said this before when we were doing DC together. You were like, dude, like, yeah, you're brown and your name is Ahmed, but you're like pretty Americanized.
Yeah. He's just a frat guy.
I am a frat person.
He's a frat dummy.
but
we both are. I'm like more like the retired version.
Well, they see you older. And you're like, yeah, that checks out. For me, they were like, you know, brown people look at me, they call me a coconut. Have you heard of that phrase?
No.
You never heard of that? Or Oreo?
I've heard Oreo. Yeah, but that's like a white and black person.
If no, Oreo is a black person that pretends to be white or sounds white.
Well, Oreo for us was a white parent, a black parent. For at least that's what I thought. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought when I was in high school, an Oreo was someone who was mixed.
Who was a mixed child?
Yeah.
I thought, like cookies and cream. I got it.
Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, racism could be whatever it wants in different parts of the country.
Racism can be very creative.
I just thought Oreo meant mixed parents, but you thought it meant
brown on the outside, white on the inside. And then I knew there was one for every race.
Well, we're all white on the inside. All the bones are white. Doesn't matter what race
you do. You do have a point there
on the inside.
And you just cured racism.
I've tried to tell people, I go, we're all white inside.
We are all white,
which is the power of of all of them. You know,
yeah, and the strongest
That's why when
one.
you're double white, it's like, whoa, he's full of what God really wanted us to be.
Everyone always compliments my teeth because they're so white.
Well, the contrast makes them white, so we don't even know.
No, I use crest winding strips. That's
Do you?
Yeah. Even if you're a white person, you'd be like, damn, this teeth is white.
He's got white teeth. There we go.
well, for black people is Oreo. For brown people is coconut, brown on the outside, white on the inside. And for Asians, it's Twinkie.
I have never heard that.
You never heard of this?
They must have started this later on.
No, it's always since high school I've known this.
Yeah, that's not that long.
Like what are you talking about? It's like 10 plus years, 14 years ago at least.
Going back 50 years because it was Twinkie even around.
Yeah, Twinkie's
Asian because yellow.
Yellow on the outside, white on the inside. Nice. But twink is a cute gay person.
It sounds like I get in trouble if I said twink.
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
You could say twink.
I can say anything on this podcast?
You could say anything on this podcast. You just can't say the R word or the F word.
Really?
My editor does not like the R word.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't say raw. Oh, that was dumb. You know what? Let's cut that out.
Actually, our code word for the R word here is rhombus. So if you want to say you just say, wow, that's so rhombus.
Can I have an argument for your editor?
Yeah.
All right. So if I say rhombus,
okay,
right, hypothetically, you know what I mean.
Right.
So what's the difference? What's the difference if you know what I'm thinking and how I'm using it? Then the word itself doesn't matter. It's always the implication of how you're using the word, meaning you shouldn't get offended about a word. It should be what? Because if I said, hey, elephant means the R word going forward, and on this podcast I go, yeah, they were a bunch of elephants, are you going to get mad? Because then you can if you're mad at the implication of it. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, if we use the R word as in, hey, on this episode, the R word means love. Now you can't get mad because we're using the R word for love.
Right. You are correct. And she will agree with you. So now every time I say rhombus, she was like, I know what you mean. Right.
And that's called manipulation.
Yeah. But also algorithmically too.
Oh yeah. Well, of course,
it's harder to not say these words.
It anyways.
But no, you could say twink. Twink is not like, it's based on the implications too. So it's like, oh my God, this cute little twink. You know what I mean? It's like a cute little gay guy.
That sounds like I would call a dog twink.
A dog could be twink.
Hey, twink.
Yeah.
Up.
And he would be a gay little dog.
You know, and what does gay mean on this episode?
Happy.
You know, it might mean
happy and homosexual.
Yeah, it could be. Or it could mean elephant. Who knows? And now we got a bit for the rest of the episode.
That's true. Well, speaking of which, let's whip out that elephant.
Oh, boy.
And we talk about how we get into it. What's a good piece of advice you were given? Who told it to you? And where were you in your life when you were given that piece of advice?
Wow, that's so specific.
We have a couple emails who wrote into the podcast, so thank you so much. As you're pondering yours, I'll read out the ones that we've got. We only got 3 emails. One of them is not even an advice. It was just like from Kareem. Please come back to Istanbul. I miss you. I will come back to Istanbul. I love you too.
Nice. Just made that up. He just made that up anyways.
No. Here.
I'm kidding.
I was like, you don't understand. Like,
you could just say 10 people emailed and just make them up. You know, you could just make emails up, right?
I probably will in the next week. I probably will if I don't get enough emails.
So I know that you're asking about the best advice I ever give. The best advice I've ever given is to you right now, saying
you could just make them up.
Make things up.
You've given me a lot of good advice, comedy wise. Yeah, there was some that I was like, oh yeah, that's actually a really good.
I will say when I do give advice, it's also a way for me to remind myself to do the same.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, that's a lot of people do that.
You told me not to worry about like when comedy, don't lean into your brown stuff, don't lean into non-brown stuff, just lean into whatever you think is funny. Just lean into Ahmed stuff.
Yeah.
You told me that years ago.
I like
You're like, just be Ahmed.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, because so many people in the industry will tell you, do this, do that, and then that kind of stems down from, hearing it from other comics maybe a little bit. Like, I'm trying to think like best advice I've ever received, non-comedy or life. So I'm trying to decipher that.
Why are you deciphering? Let me read out. This is from Sarah Lawrence, and she actually has been on the podcast, a friend of this podcast. Sarah Lawrence says, a piece of advice, always wipe your neck moisturizer from bottom to top so you don't get wrinkles. Oh, that's actually really good. Do you have a skincare routine?
I do now that I'm older, but not for my neck.
Yeah, you got to wipe, and then from the bottom to the top so you don't get wrinkles. If you pull down, you get wrinkles. But if you just skincare. I was told also skincare routine, when you use your dark circle defense cream or for your face, use your ring finger because it applies the least pressure.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I mean, they have this down to the T, and I'm gonna do what I do, and if I age, I age. Thankfully, I'm a comic, but thank you for the skincare routine.
Well, you need a lotion. You're white. I mean, the sun is destroying you as we speak. You look like a sun-dried tomato right now.
I have a lot of leftover skincare routines from ex-girlfriends that I've been using. So that works out. I got years worth of stuff.
Dude, low-key, I've upped my skincare routine game from girls that I dated in the past.
That's how I do it.
Yeah, they teach you.
That best advice I've ever received, which was kind of later, but it made me really think as I got older, was live in the moment. And the best people who live in the moment that could remind you to do that are children. And you don't even think about that. And then when you hear it, you go, oh, you feel like that's deep. But, when they're living their life, they're not thinking about 5th grade. They're not thinking about 6th grade. They're not thinking about college. They're thinking about who they're with and what friend they're hanging out with and what imaginary game they're in. They're in that moment. And as you get older and as you live life, more things come into your world and you intake it or take it on heavier than you should or however however you process information as you get older, it takes on a new light and you think of it as in a different way and it distracts you from what's really happening. It's very hard to wake up even in our lives and be like, all right, I woke up today, I'm going to have coffee and I'm going to go on a walk and take a deep breath. You're like, no, I got these things to do. And all these things that I have to do are for the next day. Yeah. Rarely are they even for this day. We're living in every day we're alive. We're living for the next day that we don't even know if we could make it,
Correct.
So we're not like, if it's simple as on the way to the gym or taking a walk and at least trying to have 30 minutes to yourself or an hour of self.
Do you have a little lockbox or anything where you just put your phone away to help you be in the moment?
No, I could just put it in another room, but I would never do that. That's crazy. I want to have it around me at all times just in case something something important is going to change
like
my
a
life.
dopamine hit.
Yeah, and someone could text me. What if I miss a text? There's no way. I'd rather be crazy. There's no way.
Try like putting your phone away. I have a little lockbox.
Yeah.
And I'll set like an hour and a half. The first 15 minutes you get a little antsy, but then after that you feel a lot better.
You mean it won't open?
Like, yeah, I cannot open my box.
You could if you really had to break it.
Well, I have an emergency code to open it.
Okay, so then here's the point. Why don't you just lock it in the other room? You don't even have to lock it. Why don't you just, if you could do that, then why don't you just leave it somewhere and walk away?
I do that.
Yeah, so you don't need the box.
No, I put my phone in the box. I lock it, and then I put it like in the kitchen. And I'm in my room on my laptop getting work done.
But you don't. But you're just back on a laptop doing anything.
No. But I'm not like on my phone, like doom scrolling or anything like that. The only thing I will catch myself is sometimes I'll be on my laptop on Instagram to respond to messages.
Yeah, well, that's part of work.
But it's part of work. Or also on, do you use Facebook to post content?
It automatically does from the Instagram. I don't even mess with it.
Oh, okay. Because for some reason I have like my personal page, but I also have like a business page. I should probably get rid of it. But
I have the stand-up page too.
Yeah, I have a stand-up page.
It's connected to the Instagram.
Yeah, mine is, I don't know why. It used to be connected to that page, but now it's connected to my personal page. I don't know why.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Honestly, it's Facebook. It doesn't even matter. Nothing matters. I mean,
this podcast is, if you're watching this podcast, just shut it off. It doesn't matter. And go live. We've given you enough of advice that you shouldn't be wasting your time.
Oh, speaking of which, sign into the Patreon. By the way, thank you to all the Patreon subscribers. Y'all's subscription helped me make some extra money and helped me pay for some expenses. So I really appreciate that. Anyways, back to the emails. This is our last one. Okay, this one's from Naranjan.
Let's hope so.
Naranjan Nandak. Do you know how to say it?
I have to read it? Yeah, dude, I'm really good at reading these.
Naranjan Nandak.
Nanyak. I'm kidding. I don't know. The silent D. I feel like.
Hold on. I think I said it right.
You think he's...
Oh, no. It's Naranjan Nandakumar.
Oh, dude.
Yes, duh.
I should have known that.
Yeah, Niranjan Nandakumar. Yeah. The greatest piece of advice that I got in my life is keep working on yourself and be happy. I hope this makes the podcast. Hey, it made it.
It made the podcast.
Including your name. I mean, that's
just right out of
sometimes the best kind of advice is just motivation 101.
Sure.
Just keep working on yourself and be happy.
Sure. And how do you work on yourself? I like that's broad. I like more specific things though sometimes.
I kind of like it because it's up to your own. It's up to your own.
What's the
outlook of how you answer that?
What's the best advice you've ever had? I mean, it's very hard to say what's the best. You know.
Yeah. The reason why I started this podcast was because there's so many pieces of advice, and I like to hear everybody else's look on certain pieces of advice.
You know what I got good at that you'll like? I post and, I'll check, but like I just don't care anymore what's going to happen.
Dude,
I don't care if it does well anymore. I don't post on a schedule anymore. Yeah. Like when I'm done editing a video, I'll post it. If it's at night, then I'll post it the next day. Like today, I woke up, I edited a podcast clip and I posted it, and I'll check it. It's fun to see if it's doing well and it's getting comments. Once it's doing well, I'll check it more. But if it's not, I'm like, it is what it is, and I move on. And I don't have a schedule anymore. Remember, like 2 years ago, we're all like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, let's go, and I'm done. Yeah. I'm done, dude. Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
See ya. It's just I'm posting, and I'm always gonna keep posting, and that's that. And if it grows, it grows. Thank you.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. That's the best way to live with social media.
If somebody's going to talk crap, pinned you. You're getting pinned.
I love that you pinned the comments.
You're pinned, and I'll let the team attack for me.
Well, what I like about you is your fan base is willing to be like to fight for you. You know?
Or fight with me.
Or same here, yeah. But what sucks is like it's rare for my fans to like fight for me is because it's like, oh, he did a like Ahmed posted like a controversial joke. I can't be defending this. I don't want people to attack me. It's more like, what will other people think? That's why a lot of my videos that are controversial, it will get a high amount of shares because they'll share it with their friends privately, but they won't like or comment. They'll like it. They're scared.
The internet's crazy, man.
Oh, I'm now when I enter into every time I go on the internet, I know I enter in this virtual world and I separate myself from reality. This doesn't matter.
You know what, man? Not normal people don't even know. It takes like what is it like 4 years? I'm 4 years into the game of being thick-skinned. I remember when I first started going viral, like over the pandemic or a little after things started going viral. It affected me. I was like I remember I would get anxiety attack. I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna get in trouble? The people are getting mad. Let me delete. I would delete it if it was getting bad, like responses, and people were getting mad, and maybe they're misinterpreting what I was saying. Like I think one time I was doing my podcast at the time was called The Takeover, and I did a thing. It was a post specifically about how I went to a pizza restaurant, and I ordered like the pizza, and then instead I ordered ahead. And then when I got there, I go, oh, can I also get a Coke too? And he was like, yeah, it's like $2.10, right? It's a mom and pop place too. And I was just like, all right, here's the extra $2. I go, here's $2. I don't know if I have change. And he didn't say, don't worry about it. And I gave him the extra $1, and then I got the 89 cents in change back. And I went, that's kind of annoying. You know what I mean? Like when I was growing up, a mom and pop place, not a chain, and I meant not a chain where they're keeping tabs. You could get fired. It's not his say to let the 11 cents go. Mm-hmm. I got there big. Oh, $2's fine. Take it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I own the place, blah, blah, blah. I posted that, and it got spun around. Like people were like, how could you do that? That's a mom and pop place probably struggling, and you are asking for a free 11 cents. Who are you to ask for a free? That's white privilege. Like, and I was like, wait, what?
They said white privilege.
Like maybe they said, or that's a privileged lifestyle. Maybe not white, but I was like, in my mind, I was like, that's not what I was trying to. I was trying to say is like, they didn't have to do it, but like most mom and pop places will be like, hey, what's up? Good to see you. Oh yeah, it's $2.11. $2 is fine, whatever. Right. They eat the 11. Also, it's like a price they made up. It's not like what that costs of things. And I was saying how I understood if it was Pizza Hut, they wouldn't do it because they're just employees. Yeah. And they were like coming at me, and I remember I deleted it. If I had done it today, I would be pinning comments and living, but I wasn't ready for it. Yeah. It was like the beginning of when things were going viral for me, and I couldn't handle it. And now it's like I wake up and I like, if something doesn't upset something, I go, did I not do something correctly? Right. Now anything, I feed for it.
If you should have kept it up, because it would have just got more people to argue, be like, no, he's right. It's just you guys are getting upset over 11 cents.
You're taking it too seriously. Like I wasn't trying to rip off a mom and pop place. I was saying like, the whole like don't worry about it. Don't worry about it for 4 cents or something. Like kind of let's just round down and round up.
That brings the question is, what is the threshold of don't worry about it?
I mean, anything within the realm of 1 cent to like
$1.
No, like if it's $1.50, fine. I'll give you. Then I should give the $1, right? Yeah. But if it's $1.11 or $2.11, I say true. Like
50 cents. Under 50 cents.
Because listen, there's more of an argument if it's $1. Let's say it's $13.41. Then fine. Then that's different. But like when it's something like I think like under 15 cents, it's like come on, eat it.
You should be okay.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's just like listen, if it was like $2.82, I'm giving you 3 and I'm walking away. I don't even want that 17 cents. Right?
Yeah.
So it's just that, you know.
And people attack you for it. Yeah, but it
was just being ready for
that's true
viral shit. Well, and being ready to be attacked. We're ready. Normal people couldn't. A normal person would freak out and have a panic attack if they posted a video and it went viral. Like when a regular person goes viral from something, right? Yeah. Like Haktua or even anything else. Like think about this is why I always have empathy for some people who get like a Karen lady. Yeah. Outside of her saying the N-word or doing something that's harming others, when someone's freaking out on camera and like calling the cops or having a meltdown and you're like, oh, this person's having like some sort of outburst of a panic attack or something, which might not be right, but do they deserve to be publicly humiliated and their life ruined and ruin their job? I don't think so. So when they're going through it, I'm like, oh, they're going to be traumatized for life. Mm-hmm. Whereas like we can handle a viral video and a lot of people disagreeing with us.
Well, to that argument also, we're okay with that because we're just going to keep posting videos.
Yeah.
This is just another video you guys are getting mad at. I posted a video on Monday, how people in Ramadan, you break your fast with food. And when I was 16 years old, I broke my fast by jerking off. And before I even posted it, because I held that clip for months. And because I knew, I was like, oh, this is very contradictory. People are going to get mad at me. I already know. Even though
you're not allowed to masturbate during fasting?
No, it's the way it's funny, but it's the way I did the joke. Gotcha. Because basically, whatever, you have to watch the clip. But anyways, I knew it was going to be offensive, right? Yeah. But then I held that clip for a long time but then what made me realize I should just post it, because even there's times where I've posted a joke thinking it was okay, and so many people thought it was offensive and got mad at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was the surprise of, fuck you, this is offensive. And you're like, wait, what? I didn't even think this clip was bad, and now you guys are offended. So then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. So the clip that I was holding for so long, I posted on Monday. Got a bunch of, this is hilarious, and then all of a sudden the negative comments, screw you. Yeah. But it just pushed the video more.
Well, people who get
and I don't care
about
anymore.
Stuff. There's something funny about people who get offended. They have to understand, and I understand this, because everybody has a boiling point of where you'll get offended, but it's only because you're taking it personally, right? But it's not, you have no right to say something should or should not be done. And this goes for everyone, even myself. But everybody does have a boiling point, but it's funny to say and react. You can't react. Like someone will be like, Israel versus Palestine, right? Don't make a joke about it, right? If you do one way or another, they're going to be offended, right? Because it's personal to them, but it's not personal to me and a lot of people like me. So it's a throwaway joke for us, and we don't care. And it offends you that we don't care. So then that makes you mad because we're making light of a situation that you take serious. And you're okay and you're valid to feel that way. But it doesn't mean that you can be upset that other people don't feel the same way as you. That's the stupid part. Like if somebody goes online and goes, the Miami Dolphins suck and they're garbage and they're not a playoff team, that could get me going. But I would be stupid to be like, you're dumb and you deserve to lose your job for that. And it's stupid take, because it's like, they can think that and it's okay. Yeah. We just have a different, I care about it way more than they do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's just so, it's dumb to react to something that you are offended by. You can be offended by it, but walk away with that. But to let people know you get offended, you lost. Because not everybody has your same thought process.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I know I'm going off tangent, but you got me going. When you said the Miami Dolphins, I started thinking of Tyreek Hill. Yeah. He was speeding down and how the cops just pulled him out.
Yeah.
He ended up missing that game, right?
No.
Oh,
he didn't get arrested. They just kind of manhandled him.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, both sides
I thought he
are wrong
missed the
there.
game. Yeah.
No. Okay. I was worried for a second, but both sides were wrong there. You know, people.
He was speeding,
listen,
and
they might make this a BLM
racial thing. Yeah,
They can make it a racial thing, and it could be maybe a racial thing. But listen, the cops weren't white. Not that I'm not trying to make it not racial.
One of them was white.
One of them might have been, but the main guy, he was Cuban. Yeah, he was. It sounded like he was broken English. So. Ultimately, they're both in the wrong. They obviously were on one and didn't like the way he was reacting. But listen, if a cop says put the window down and you put it back up, that you got to understand these guys are assuming the worst. So you didn't help de-escalate the situation. You want cops to de-escalate the situation. You also have to.
That's true. That's true.
Most of us are chill, and if we get pulled over, we put the windows down, and we're like, hey.
I gotta go. I'm a Miami Dolphins player.
Yeah, we're not bitches. But if he would have put the window down and goes, hey, man, what's wrong? I'm sorry. And
you didn't have to do the accent.
Well, I was trying to sound like him. It's more of an impression of Tyreek. It's not the accent that it wasn't a black accent. It wasn't a black accent. He has a distinct Southern voice.
That's true. He goes,
I'm Tyreek Hill. Hey, man. Like he talks like he's from Mississippi. So it wasn't a black accent. I swear to God. And even if it was, whoopity-doo. Anyways, I'm kidding. But he was like, he could have been like, he was more like, hey, man, because he's smaller, right? Because he's like 5'8". Yeah. But if he was just like, I'm on my way to the game. I'm Tyreek Hill. Sorry. I know I shouldn't have been speeding, but my bad. They would have been like, oh, it's Tyreek. Yeah. He's like, don't touch my window like that. Don't touch my window like that. And he put it back up. It's like, all right. So they're both at fault, though.
Yeah, that's true. They could have just like, it's all communication. It's like that Malcolm Gladwell book.
It was just, that was basically just a girlfriend and boyfriend fighting. Typical lack of communication. That's all that was.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Any other piece of advice you ever receive in regards to like athletics or health or anything like that?
Athletics or health?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because we were talking about how you're older and you kind of do skincare
I've switched my
routine.
diet. Yeah, I've switched up my diet, but stretching is important when you get older. I never used to do it when I was younger.
How old are you?
40.
Oof.
Yeah. I knew you were doing that. It's fine, dude. It's typical, you know.
I'm sorry.
It's fine, dude. I'm at the age where like the younger guy does the little old joke. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Okay,
You're
cool,
dying,
cool.
man.
Okay, cool.
Gray
dude.
hairs
Oh,
on the
cool.
beard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I hope it gets more. But the best advice I would give to people my age is don't do younger guys podcasts because then no, I'm kidding. Stay away from pizza.
But you
It's
just
so hard.
even though you just went to a pizza place and yelled about 11 cents, but that's all.
Yeah. Well, that was that was
one
4
of
years
these
ago.
days. Actually, speaking of pizza, one of these days I gotta take you to 786 Degree Pizza. I
Where's
swear to
that?
God, it's actually 10 minutes away from here. It's in Sun Valley, North Hollywood, Sun Valley
What
on
is
Laurel
it?
Canyon. It is this half Iraqi, half Indian guy. He went to Italy, learned how to make pizza over there, and now he makes pizza over here in North Hollywood. And he has like different flavors. The Bombay chicken tikka masala pizza, and he has this another award-winning pizza called Habibi Pizza. Like it's this hole in the wall place, but like
He does
all
well.
the biggest dude. They do. They
If
are
you show, so will you
thriving.
clip this and show him, and he'll give you a free pie?
Probably, yeah. He follows
Nice.
me.
Oh, what's up, dude? Let
Yeah.
me get the. What was the first one?
His name is Ali Hader.
Why is he hate?
Hader. H-A-I. Oh well, Hadir. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like the first one you said. What was it?
Hadir.
No,
Hader?
The
Hadir?
pizza. The pizza.
Oh, Bombay chicken masala.
Bombay chicken sounds really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Get that one.
Okay.
You want to get that
right
one.
after this? I'll go.
I mean, you want to go? I mean, I think wait. No, I told my friend I'll go rock climbing with him. Damn it.
This guy's going rock climbing in
But
110
gotta-
degree weather.
Well, I mean,
It's
not
inside,
outside.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
indoor. But
Maybe
don't.
I'll go. I mean, because I got traffic on the way back. This is bad timing, so I might be stuck out here for a little bit.
Oh well, you should go check it out. It is the best pizza.
If I
Even
remember,
though I
if
told
you
you,
remind me when I leave, I'll go there.
yeah, go.
I'm supposed to eat.
Get the Bombay masala.
As I
chicken
just
masala.
said, don't eat pizza anymore.
But it's
Whatever.
like it's healthy though.
Sure. Sure it is. It's got cheese and sauce.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it's natural ingredients. It's really good.
That's so they say. That's how they sell.
Yeah, that's true. What other than dieting, do you do yoga or anything like that?
I've dabbled in yoga. Right now I do a lot of fasting. Yeah. So, you know, if you guys are into starving yourself, which you have to do a few times a year,
Yeah,
right?
once a year,
once a year.
yeah.
For how long?
For a month.
What do you mean a month?
So every day from sunrise to sunset,
Oh, okay,
we
okay.
fast.
So what is that? 12 hours?
14.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
I do 16 every day.
Sometimes 16 hours.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
wait.
nothing.
Hold on.
That's a walk in the park.
Well, this past one, sunrise was at like 5 a.m. and we broke our fast at 8 p.m. So that's 16.
So you can't eat during sunrise.
Yes.
But that's fine. Like for instance, like last meal I'll eat at 8 p.m. right? So sun's down, and then I won't eat till 16 hours after that. You're sleeping for a lot of it. You know, it's not that hard.
It can get hard sometimes.
It can't. What you got to do is you just wake up early.
Well,
Eat
it
at
depends
4
on your
a.m.
eating window.
Yeah.
So like it's easier for me to fast. Like I could do a 16-hour fast, but
Yeah.
if I'm eating from like 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., that's my window. It's easier for me to fast up until
At
the next day.
night.
It is easier because I'm sleeping
If
most
I
of
had
it.
to do that, I would switch my sleep schedule. I would sleep in the day.
That's
would
basically
literally
the
look-
Middle East during Ramadan.
That's what they do.
That's pretty much everybody.
Yeah, it's just like the logical thing. You're like, okay, we can't eat during that time. Then
Yeah.
let's make that our nighttime.
It is harder to fast during Ramadan in America.
Yeah.
Because during the day you still have to go to work or you still have to like live your life.
So
You know,
there's no eating from like 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
5 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Well, you're probably not waking up till 8 a.m.
Yeah.
So then you wake up
Well,
at 8
unless
a.m.
you-
and then you
no.
can't eat till 6 p.m., right?
Sometimes you got to wake up at 4:30 just so you could eat. You could eat breakfast. It's called sahur,
Yeah, I think I would just stack up at the 8 p.m. and go huge
like carbs.
and then go to bed.
Yeah, you
Just
could
eat
do
once
that.
a day and then live off of. Can you do water and coffee? Are you allowed to do coffee?
No, you can't. Not even coffee. Not
You
even
can do
water.
water.
You can't do water.
Whoa. You can't do water?
Not even water.
Okay, I didn't know about that part.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. So what do you? I mean,
I legit have a sketch about it, and every time you explain, they go, "Not even water."
Wait, so you're telling me you can tell us the truth. Have you like done drugs and stuff during that time?
No. I will. Okay, hear me out.
Can you play video
When I was in
games?
high school, when I was in high school, I have smoked weed after we broke our fast. I remember like after Tarawih, like we would pray like at night. And I remember me and some of my friends would leave the mosque and we'd go outside and we'd go smoke
You're
some
still
weed.
religious right now.
I mean, yeah,
Just
I'm pretty
do it
religious.
to make yourself feel better.
I've had a new outlook of God.
Do you still do the fasting?
Yes. I've always did. I never
What
stopped.
month is it?
It's next one's from February 14th through March. No, it's from March. I think it's all of March.
I want to try it. I want to just do it. And they're like, for Ramadan. I'm like, well, I don't believe in it, but I just want to do it.
There are a lot of
People that just want to.
who just do it.
Do you
for the
get
sake-
shredded during that time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the first 2 weeks, bro, of Ramadan, my body's never looked better.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last
That's
2 weeks.
healthy.
Yeah. But then like the last 10 days, I'm exhausted. I don't feel like working out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's annoying. But this next one is from, all of March, February 28th through March 30th.
Okay.
So straight up, if I will text you.
I might do the water part though. I just
don't
might
mind.
not do the food.
Don't do the food. And then you could break your fast with us. It'll be like, I'll take you to a restaurant.
We'll go to the pizza place.
We could go to the pizza place. Yeah. I think you'll like it. Get
I mean,
yourself
I'm
a
gonna
Muslim
try it
fan
after
base.
this if I remember. Man, if I had a Muslim fan base, I'll take any fan base at this point. I don't have any.
What's your no, you have fans.
I don't know.
What would you say, like when you do the road, what would you say is the demographic of your fan base?
There is a lot of divorced women coming. Like middle-aged divorced women. I'm seeing that a little bit, which is funny. And I'm like, okay.
I jokingly say that my audience is 50% brown, 50% non-brown, 100% gay.
I
No,
didn't
actually,
think they were gay.
No, they're not. I'm joking. But I will say, I've noticed that my fan base now is it's Latino women that are into Arab men and Arab men that love Latinas. So you will, after the show, you will just see some single Arab men going up to the Latina girls like, yo, what's up? What's up, Habibti? What's going on? And then like Latina girls like, oh my God, I got a Habibi.
There were a lot of Arab women at your show last time I did.
Yeah.
There was like a whole front row. They had a sense of humor.
They were cool.
Because you would think, based off of
This real
you
dude,
would think
that
they were
happens
conservative
all the time.
What I was spitting, they were loving. I was like,
Yeah,
all right,
that
'cause
happens
I would have
all the
assumed
time.
that they were like a little bit more conservative.
Dude, sometimes the women in hijabs, they have the best sense of humor, and then the men who are like seeing, there's women like Arab men who see the hijabis, they usually don't laugh because it's like, I can't be laughing in front of them. It's so stupid.
Now that I know that, if I ever do your
call
show,
them out.
I'm gonna be like, "You're doing this because of this and that,
Right.
and that," and be like,
Yeah.
Why don't you stand up right now and hold her hand and let her tell you that she works and does stuff that you don't want?
No, you should say that
Yeah.
because there's so many times where I would do like,
I want to learn some of the language too before next show, so I can say, "Hello, how are you?" Just so I can throw people off.
Kaif halak.
Well, I'll have to write it down. I have like for instance, I have, since there's a lot in Los Angeles, I have for Persian, salam.
Salam. Yeah, we say the same thing.
Salam, hello. And how are you? Hobby? Hobby?
That's Persian.
Yes.
Yes, that's Wahhabi. Yeah.
Is it Wahhabi?
Not Wahhabi.
Or is it
it's-
hobby?
Let me see.
Hubi.
Yeah, okay.
It's Hubi, sorry.
Okay.
Hubi is how are you?
Uh-huh.
Hubi.
Okay. And
I
then
think, and this is just Persian,
It
because
dep-
there's a lot of Persians in LA. So I want to know that for on
you
stage.
could also
riffing.
say Chitori.
Chitori? What's
Yeah.
that?
Like, hello, how are you?
In what? Persian?
Yeah.
Chitori.
Yeah. And
Chitori.
and then you
Hubi.
could,
Hi.
and to say thank you is Merci Khubam.
So you speak Farsi?
No. I know a
so you
few
know a
words
little.
in Farsi because I grew up with a lot of
I think
Persians.
knowing a
but
little bit of Farsis is fun in LA.
Yeah.
If you do. Because it will throw...
Every
people will
time
be like,
I
"Whoa."
see I always say, oh, Chitori. And then, Merci Khubam. How are you? Like all that. And then they always tell me the few words of Arabic they
Salam,
know.
Hubi.
Yeah.
I will get...
Well,
Salam and Hubi,
that's
they're-
Persian. So
Yes.
Arabic, you should say hello, Kaif.
I'm not ready yet. I need to just work on the Persian.
Okay.
And then I'll go to the next one.
Text me. I'll send you a voice message.
Yeah. I'll be like, all right, hey, looks like I'm in a big Arab Arabic
Arab
fan base. I want to charm them with some of the readings.
Yeah, I've noticed my fan base has been like half like, brown people like Arabs and Desis, and then half it would be like white people, black people, Mexicans, gay people, everybody.
There's so many Middle Easterns, bro.
And
it's hard to keep up.
Too many, am I right?
It's like at least it was Mexican, white, Canadian. It's simpler.
Yeah. Now we got to throw in Middle Eastern in the mix.
And then there's like 13 different ones.
Yeah, they just added the Middle Eastern category into
schools?
No, into the census. Schools.
Like as a checkbox.
No, yeah, it is. So now instead of
white, black, and Hispanic.
Yeah, that's what it was for an Asian, and that's for the longest time it was
really?
that. You didn't know that? And then Middle Easterners had to put white for the longest time.
Nice, you're one of us.
No, not anymore.
Damn.
Now we have our own category. You want to know why we? Correct me if I'm wrong.
So they know when.
Feel free to write into the podcast.
They know when you guys are flying.
Well, the reason why Middle Easterns were put under the white category is because many, many years ago, like I want to say at least 100 years ago, there was a Syrian man who got sued, and he was going to be trialed as like a foreigner or whatever, and his defense was, "No, I'm white," and they're like, "What?" And then their defense of him being tried as a white person, the Syrian man said, he's Syrian. He's actually from Bilad Sham, the Levant area, whatever. And they go, yeah, so why does it make him white? Well, that's where Jesus is from. And they're like, oh, Jesus from that area. So yes, he's white. So that's why
Jesus isn't white, though. We all know that.
But their dumbasses 100 years ago were like, oh yeah, Jesus, was white. So then they were like, oh, well, I'm from where Jesus was born. And they go, oh, okay, well, yeah, let's try him as a white person. So then Middle Easterns were put in as white. And then there are some like light-skinned Arabs. So you have Bilad Sham, like the Levant, I think that's like the biblical name, but basically it's like Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Jordan. And they're like, some of them mixed with French or Greek, I believe, and they have like light skin and greener eyes or blue eyes. Not like I'm from Yemen. We have dark skin and big dicks. It's a whole thing. Yeah, it's not as great. Black. Yeah. Right, not as great.
Puppy eyes.
But it's nice for all of, even though the Middle Eastern category is, we're very diverse within ourselves. Yeah. It is better for us to be together rather than be lumped in with white people, because in the category.
Yeah, well, we don't want you guys either. So like, we'd rather have you guys. If you're not white, you're not white. Let's not let you play the white card. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm okay with it because I could never play the white card.
So am I.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot to learn.
How is white privilege, man?
I'm not complaining.
Seems pretty great.
I don't know that it was privilege. It seemed like it was a good life. I just grew up in a good neighborhood. Life was easy. Why is that my fault? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a privilege. Great. Everybody has their own privilege.
I'd be offended if you weren't taking advantage of it.
I don't think I have, but it's a privilege until you want to come to LA, and then it's not.
That's true.
Yeah, they're like.
Now they're like, straight white man, we hate you.
I've said this before on podcasts, and I think it makes people pissed, but I think that it's a lot harder to be great at an art if you're white or even black, because it's been so popular in that, like stand-up. All the great stand-ups are black.
That is true.
There are straight black men and straight white men.
Yeah.
So those are the two greats, right? If go up to any comedian and be like, who are your top 10 comedians of all time? Most likely, 90% of them will be a straight white male or a straight black man.
Correct. Can I give you another?
So if you're,
I have an argument.
If I was gay and I was Japanese gay man who identified as a woman, the bar of how funny I need to be,
correct,
to become great is lower. That's all I'm saying. Let's not clip this.
No, you are right. You are right. And the reason why it is tougher to be greater is because you guys have just been, well, white people first and then black people. You guys have been in the spotlight for a very long time.
Because we're easier to look at. As we should be.
Well, we're finally getting our own.
We've adjusted our society to be like, all right, let's look at less attractive people. Yes. I'm gonna get in trouble.
No, everyone has a sense of humor. No, like, okay, there is a we're finally getting into the spotlight.
I know what you're saying.
Dude, literally,
Yeah.
I grew up in high school watching your friends, the goat face guys,
Yeah.
thinking, oh my God, there's finally brown people.
Yeah.
And they weren't even on television. They were just on YouTube doing sketches.
They're still on YouTube.
They
Yeah,
still, most of them are.
famous,
Yeah, but like, that was my high school and college, just watching
incredible.
goat face sketches. And I was like, holy shit. That was me and all my brown friends. We were just watching these guys.
Insane.
Dude, I remember one of my favorite sketches from Ghostface was they did a dance battle and they had a deaf guy and they had a breakdance team and Andrew Santino.
I was in that one.
Yeah, you were in that one too, I believe. And you guys were dancing and he was deaf. And then Andrew Santino, I don't know what you want.
Yeah. I remember that one.
It's legit.
That's
one
funny.
of my. This was again many years ago. I was like what, in college?
Like 3 years in. I remember that.
Yeah, I was in college watching that. Thinking it was the
what
funniest thing ever.
I think I was like dressed in a costume or something.
Yeah,
I forgot about that one.
Dude, y'all had like it was like the highlight of YouTube sketches.
Yeah, they had a great sketch group. Like they had a lot of funny sketches, and then they gave them like an hour special that one time.
Yeah,
I got to be in it for 2 seconds.
Yeah, you were crying.
Dad.
You were in the best sketch on that show.
That's the best one. You think the crying dad one?
That one's my favorite sketch, and the it's very Fahim style actually. The one where the guy he's like in a shootout with the cops.
Oh, that's the best one.
And then
history.
he kisses. He's just a child, and he kisses. You think it's his son. So then he dies, and then Hassan Minhaj pulls the child photo, but it just shows it's like all these other children photos.
It's just a pedophile.
Yeah, it's like,
Bro,
oh yeah, we killed a pedophile.
Bro, that's the best one ever.
That one's a good one, but my favorite is Baba Knows Best because it just hits home so well.
Yeah.
That one was like, especially the one where like they throw sandals.
Wow.
And then it was guys, to the people what we're talking about, look up Goat Face. Baba Knows Best. It's legit one of the funniest sketches I've ever seen.
Yeah, the whole thing you can watch on the
it's a great
Central page. I think it's just like an hour long of sketches.
You could see a lot of the best ones are on YouTube now. They just have it clipped up because Comedy Central owns it. But it's time for the Let's Get Deep portion of the show. Let's get deep. Let's get deep.
They put the graphics in.
Yeah, let's get deep. That's actually a good idea. Maybe we should.
Let's get deep, and it comes in from each angle.
That's good. Now this part is Patreon only, so go to the Patreon and subscribe to listen to the full episode. The lowest tier is $3.
Yeah,
it's only $3 a month.
I
Help
take
me
my
out.
pants off for this part too, so I'm gonna.
Before we go, is there anything you would like to plug?
Just if you're into like dating, and I like to talk about it a lot. I like to talk about relationships. It fascinates me. I have a lot of experience in dating, and I talk about it a lot on my podcast. And it's Life with Lenoci, but recently I've been having more a woman's perspective on the episodes to kind of talk about situations that are mundane but also interesting. So if you're into that, check it out on my Michael Lenoci comedy on YouTube and
sick,
see how it is.
Sick. Okay, I will be on the road. I will be in New York City, October 17th. I'll just list out the cities and then just go to ahmedlovesbread.com or follow at ahmedlovesbread. So New York City, Philly, Richmond, Virginia, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, New York, Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Boston. And then later in December, Irvine, Las Vegas, Denver, Phoenix, Arizona, or Chandler, Arizona, and San Diego. I got some pretty awesome features featuring for me in the East Coast will be Yash Malik and Laura Lehem. You've met them too. And then in
my DC friends.
Yeah, I like them. Yash is great, right? Dude,
funny guy.
One of the funniest guys I know. And then in December, for the other cities in December, I have Harper Rose Drummond featuring me for those. So guys, follow Lenoci, follow the subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the Patreon. It's only $3 a month. Support your boy. Thank you guys so much and have a happy Monday. Look at that. Swelling. Boom, flex. Nice.